Is your fear holding you back? Let's talk. Hey guys, welcome back to another Mind Right Monday. I'm your host, Bonnie Kelly. Today we're talking about fear, and if your fear is holding you back. Now, before we dive into this week's content, we have 3 tips and tools to help you overcome and to break past those fear barriers. But before we do, let's talk about fear in the first place. Why is this something that everybody struggles with? It has to do with our primitive selves. Yep, it's that fight, flight, and freeze. It's when we feel threatened, when we feel insecure, it's when we feel that we're in danger. Our mind is going to flare up, and our fear is going to take center stage in stopping and blocking us from achieving or taking action. But did you know that your fear does not have to be your controller? In fact, I love what Eckhard Tolle says when he said, "When you become comfortable with uncertainty, infinite possibilities open up in your life." It's about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. It's when fear is present because we feel uncertain. It's when we feel that there's risk, we don't know what to do, we're feeling lost. But that doesn't mean we should allow our fear to control our behaviors. Fear is just an emotion. It's just like anger and sadness and hurt. It's really there just to kind of warn us, to tell us, hey, something's off. I'm not sure about this situation. But at the end of the day, we still get to decide on whether or not that is the truth. And a lot of times your fear is lying to you. So let's dive into the 3 different tips, tools, and ideas to help shift you out of your fear. Starting with the first one, which is identify what you're really afraid of. Ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen? I love that question, and I often ask my clients this all the time, like, what's the worst that could happen if you take that risk, if you say yes to that job, if you go on that date? The worst that could happen is you fail or you get your heart broken. And the truth is, that's a part of life. We all experience hardship and pain. In fact, in Buddhism, there's an old saying that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. When we begin to get comfortable with that uncertainty of that risk and knowing that, yes, it might end in failure. Yes, that relationship might not work out. Yes, that job might not be what you've always dreamed. But at the end of the day, isn't it worth the risk? What are you really afraid of? If it's just failure, well, then you're going to stay paralyzed the rest of your life because it's a part of being human. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. So just learn to get comfortable with it and really challenge yourself when your fear comes up. Okay, so this leads me to my next one, which is get comfortable being uncomfortable. All right, so it should come to no surprise at this point that my second tip is for you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The truth is, as I mentioned, you don't have all the answers. You're not going to know that by taking that job or going on that date is going to guarantee success or happiness or fulfillment. All we're doing is we're taking gambles, we're taking risk. And when we roll the dice, sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. But the truth is, it's about the human experience. It's about getting uncomfortable with making those decisions. It's taking those risks and being willing to be seen, to stand up, even when you're afraid. Because your fear is just there to protect you, but it wasn't designed to control you. But if you continue to allow it to control you, then you're going to continue to stay stuck and stagnant. You need to get uncomfortable. I know how easy it is to want to feel safe and secure, and you can create that even in uncertainty. But you have to have the right state of mind. If you need help shifting your mindset, check out some of our other videos. It'll totally help you get in alignment with that. But for right now, if you want to overcome your fear, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So this actually reminds me of a funny quote by H.P. Lovecraft, and he said, "The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown." You guys, just recognize that the fear of the unknown is human nature, but it doesn't mean that it needs to control your decisions. Okay, so this leads me to my third and final tip this week, which is take action in spite of fear. All right, this is a huge one. You need to learn to take action in spite of your fear. Now, as I mentioned, we have to assess the fear, right? What is the worst that can happen here? If we don't evaluate, then your mind is going to go crazy. It's going to go into the doomsday worst case scenario. It's going to just soak itself in a paralyzing story that is going to keep you from ever taking action. So by really examining it, by challenging us and asking questions, we can start to become discerning on whether or not this fear is relevant, whether or not this fear needs to be as big or as ugly or as strong as it is feeling right now. But without the examination, we're never going to be able to take action. But once we've done that and we begin to ask ourselves, what's the worst thing that could happen here? And we start to evaluate the worst case threats, the real ones, not the doomsday one your mind made up. Now you can start to take action. And when you take action in spite of fear, that's really when you're going to begin to see results and to have success. I think Dale Carnegie said it best when he said, "Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy." He's just saying that you need to just get out of your comfort zone, get out of the safety box that you live in, and go take inspired action. Go be inspired by other people who have been there and done it, who have had the success, and let their inspiration and their success fuel your action to move beyond your own fear. So that's my tips this week. Hopefully it's helped you in some way. If you want to start your personal development journey right now, then please do so. You can do it by going to 21dayemotionaldetox.com/free, where you can start getting your mind right in 10 minutes or less a day with my 21-day emotional detox program. The first 7 days are on me. It's free. So what do you have to lose? Check it out. Link is below. And until next time, I'm Bonnie Kelly. Did you enjoy this video? I sure hope so. As always, they're brought to you from viewers just like you. If you have a personal development question, email me at getinspired@bonniekelly.me. And if you're ready to start your personal development journey, then contact us. We have programs and solutions and tips and tools. I have an academy that has your name written all over it. If you're ready for full transformation, then call me. Let's play. Until next time, I'm Bonnie Kelly.